Alright guys, so if you're removing a bolt and you have no room to get extension or a ratchet in here, this is what you can do. Get a wrench. Now you could either put it on this end like that, or you could put it on this end right here. And there you go. And you could easily just break this loose. And you just found your way around that bolt. So if you have an electronic seat and you need to move it forward, but you can't get power to it, the computer's not working, whatever it may be, what you want to do is disconnect the motor and then plug in these alligator clips into place. All you're going to do is put them to a power source. And then there you go, look. Now you have access to those bolts, and if you want to do it the other way, you swap it around. And there you go, it's that easy, that simple. So when you can't gain access to a bolt like this, what you can do is get a ratcheting wrench, 1/4 inch one. All you're gonna do is take this bit, put it into here, and all you're gonna do is ratchet it away, and then just do it by hand. There you go. Just found your way around that bolt. All right guys, so you need to get out a socket, and this socket's too short, but you don't have a deep socket, you're gonna take pinch. So what you're gonna do is put it a little bit forward like that, and then zip it up. So if you're doing a sway bar link and this nut and stud spins together, or the centerpiece strips, this is what you should do. You get a big pry bar and you're going to pry and put tons of pressure onto the sway bar link and then impact it out at the same time. And that's all there is to it. Really hope it helped you guys out. All right guys, so if you have a bolt that's really tight and you don't have a breaker bar or a cheater bar or whatever, or even a pipe to put over, get a deep socket with an extension right over your socket, and then go ahead and break it loose. Hope it helped. So apparently I get people pretty mad with this tip. So these bolts, you generally use these type of E-sockets. However, if you don't have one handy, 6-point sockets work just as well. And I know what you're thinking, Brian, they're not made for that. There's E-sockets for a reason. Well, I'm just saying, they work great. They usually never strip. In a couple years, hasn't happened. And yeah, so suck it. Full disclosure, if you have an E-socket, use it. If you don't, this will help you in a pinch. But just use common sense. Don't strip these bitches. Okay, so if you're an idiot like me and you get maybe a O2 sensor stuck on your socket really good, or you get maybe a bolt or whatever stuck, this is one thing you can do. So you're gonna get a bigger socket that's a lot bigger than this one. As you can see, it's bigger. Basically, what you're gonna do is get this, and then you're gonna hammer it with a nice sledgehammer. Okay, and that's how you get it out. So really hope this helps. I'm gonna show you how to remove these plastic retainers, this style and this style as well. Easy to break, so let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see, we have one down here, and you gotta push these sides in. It's gonna be pretty difficult. Not gonna lie, the top two weren't this bad. So you kind of want to press it in. Oh, this one was installed the wrong way. Fucking moron. You're gonna pry and push up at the same time. Holy shit. Hey people. Oh shit. Did we break it? Oh no, we didn't break it. Okay, so that's how you do it, guys. Alright, so I don't know if this is a trick, but it feels a little trickish to me. So I got my wrench. I didn't have like a big pipe to put over the wrench, and I couldn't get just another wrench on it because it's too weak. This is a really strong bolt. I have this brake bar that has this, and so pretty much what I'm going to do is hook it right here, and there we go. Breaks it nice and loose. So not all of them have it like this, but pretty cool that this one does. So hope it helped. So with sway bowling, sometimes you'll get lucky and you could use a wrench on the back. Sometimes there'll be an Allen head right here, but not all the time you get lucky just because they'll rot out or strip out. And lastly, you could do my method, which is pretty much I put pressure on the sway bar link this way, or you could do pressure this way. However, this is aftermarket, so you could literally just and when none of those work, just cut it off. So if you're working on a German car and you're having trouble accessing this connector, it's in a really bad spot and you can't get good access to maybe like, you know, pry up on here and release it. Well, what you can do, if you could at least see this face, you get a pick or something flat and you will pry slightly and gently up like that. And what that does is it releases it, see? It releases it really easily, and that's all you have to do. When it comes to removing rotor bolts, it could be super duper easy, or it's so hard that you end up stripping it. When you end up stripping it, there's multiple things that you can do. So what I end up doing is drilling into where I stripped it. It was a T20. Then I go in with a punch and start flattening that area up. And then I go in, take a T40, and I kind of engrave it into the bit that I stripped. And now you can see it perfectly fits flush into there, so I'm gonna impact it out. And that's all it takes. Follow me for more tips. All right, so here's another way to remove a sway bar link. One of my followers showed me this one. So apparently all you're going to do is over and tighten the nut and essentially snap it off. So let's see how that works. I have not tried that out yet. Okay, let's get it on. So that didn't work out, probably because either my impact's too weak or this is, I think, brand new. So actually, let's just zip it. There you go. So if you need to get these really tight screws or in here or sometimes in your rotors, this is a really good tip. So take one of your Phillips and then you can get this little adapter that will adapt to a 3/8. You put it into this part and all you're gonna do is get your impacts and then you're gonna put a lot of pressure on it, so, and then boom, all out and easy. So a little quick tip to help you with either rotors or tape bolts like these.